Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. It's happening once again. This just occurred a few hours ago, and there was actually a shelter-in-place alert issued as the prevailing winds were pushing this big old toxic plume of smoke into a densely populated area. We'll come back and take a look at where and when this occurred here in just a few moments. Also in this video, I've got some unique video footage to share with you guys out of Wisconsin, and we're going to go to California and Mexico, and we'll get to all that video footage here in just a moment. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Kim H. out of New York. That is a photo of the moon taken recently by Kim out of New York. Checking in on the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. Still running kind of high, a steady C flare for the last 48 hours. And here's why. The Earth-facing side of the sun is loaded with sunspots, and we have a growing region up here in the northeastern quadrant of the sun that's turning towards the Earth. Right now, as I do this video, hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano, you can see some earthquake activity here through the caldera. The dark red vertical lines represent earthquake activity that could have been from the 5.9 over in the Indian Ridge area that was very shallow, trying to confirm the times on these earthquakes. But right now, some of the seismographs are showing earthquake signatures at the supervolcano caldera and a little bit of magma intrusion scattered around the seismographs. Quick look at the power outage situation over here at poweroutage.us. You can see 3 states down here in a row. Louisiana 21, almost 22,000 customers. Mississippi just over 10,000. And Alabama just over 11,000 customers without power. That is from an ongoing storm system that's moving through the area. Also, right now as I do this video, you can see strong lightning, and the burgundy represents high winds and heavy rains moving through the Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama, and southern Mississippi. Quick look at the Lake Mead water situation. You can see yet another day of positive change over at Lake Mead. The outflow being smaller than the inflow, which is causing the water at Lake Mead to go up. And going from Lake Mead to Lake Powell, they both share the Colorado River. Lake Powell also saw a slight positive change yesterday in the overall water content, the outflow being much smaller than the inflow, which caused the water to go up. First day in 2 weeks, we saw a positive change over at Lake Powell. And in case you guys saw something flying through the sky last night from California, maybe Nevada, northern Arizona, it was a scheduled SpaceX rocket launch out of Vandenberg. And I do have a video from a couple of people that saw the rocket cruising through the sky. Here's a video by Robert out of Bakersfield, California. This is one of the earlier stages of the rocket as it's moving through the sky, visible from Bakersfield, and the launch was out of Vandenberg. Another video submitted by Aaron, not sure of his location, but this is one of the stages of the rocket launch from last night. The video footage is from last night, and you're going to see a separation event right here go underway, and he happened to capture it on video. Right there it is, and most of us have seen this by now. If you've seen a SpaceX rocket launch, you've seen this configuration in the nighttime sky. It's actually pretty cool to see. So if you did see something like that in last night's sky, more than likely that was a SpaceX rocket launch. I want to take you guys now down to Brunswick, Georgia, down here in southeastern Georgia. This is the location of the most recent fire. It occurred today, just a few hours ago, and there was a shelter-in-place alert issued for St. Simons Island right over here, this densely populated area right over here, as the fire was in Brunswick, blowing the smoke towards St. Simons Island. And there's the smoke plume. That's one of the smoke plumes. There were actually 2, as there was a massive fire that reignited at Glenn County Pinova plant. The Pinova plant is a plastics resin plant. And you can see here the article from today, just a few hours ago. There was a shelter-in-place order for St. Simons Island residents due to the wind conditions, and that would be right here. And the large fire was being pushed in that direction, that big plume of toxic smoke. And the article goes on to say Brunswick City and Glenn County fire departments are still fighting to contain a reignited massive fire that broke out Saturday morning at the Pinova plant, which is a plastics resin plant in southeastern Georgia on Cook Street in Brunswick. Just before 3:30 p.m., Glenn County ordered a shelter in place for residents who live on St. Simons Island and north of the St. Simons Island airport along a 1-mile radius of of the plant due to the wind conditions. And once again, the wind, you can see here, was carrying the toxic plume well over into the St. Simons area. It goes on to say here, an alert from Glenn County. Due to wind conditions, a shelter in place has been advised for the SSI. That's the St. Simons Island area. Here's another aerial view of the factory. This is a plastic resin factory that somehow they're still trying to figure out how caught on fire earlier today. Here's another article from the BrunswickNews.com. Several photos here of the fire as it was underway just a few hours ago. It started twice. They thought they got it out, and then they had to go back and put it out a second time. And there's that smoke plume carrying all the way over to St. Simons Island. So once again, the fire had to be extinguished twice. They got it out and had to go back and put it out a second time. Just absolutely unheard of. Been seeing a lot of those lately. Just saw one in Indiana and one in Texas. Want to take you guys now up to Wisconsin. Video footage submitted by Joseph from April the 12th of 2023. When he noticed this object cruising through the sky at a very high rate of speed. From this distance, it really doesn't look like an airplane. It almost looks like a white orb of some sort, leaving behind a vapor trail. And he filmed it for the better part of a minute as it was cruising through the Wisconsin sky. And then it kind of disappeared off to the right over here. But from this distance, I agree, it does look kind of mysterious. It doesn't necessarily look like an airplane. Almost looks like a big white circle over there moving through the sky. Doesn't even have a shape of an airplane. And it's leaving behind a trail, some sort of a vapor trail through the sky. And that was it. The object disappeared off to the right. And once again, this video footage was submitted by Joseph out of Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. I want to take you guys now to Mexicali, Mexico. This is a video submitted by Guillermo of a jumbo halo in the sky above his location. And it almost looks very low to the ground. Look how close that looks to his location. Big old halo in the sky above Mexicali, Mexico. And this video footage is from just a couple of days ago as well. And that is one spectacular jumbo halo in the sky above Mexicali. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports@mrmbb333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that won't attach to the email for whatever reason, come over here to the homepage of the website, look for this red tab that says Have a Large Video. Simply click on the red tab, drag and drop your video into the red banner. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.